This is WKYT This Morning.
Hey, good morning to you. The weekend is on the way. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Something to look forward to with that. And it is February 13th.
Here we are on your Friday morning. And now
it's the 12th.
Yes, February 12th. You're right. Not necessarily an unlucky day. It's February 12th, Friday, 6:30, 9 hours later. Flames are still burning after a Laurel County restaurant has been destroyed overnight by fire.
A Central Kentucky man facing charges after investigators say they found his horses in horrible conditions.
And a Kentucky priest talks about his big visit to the Pope, fresh off a trip to the Vatican.
We have that light snow now entering the Cumberland region, so heads up, accumulation will start to take place, and we're going to be seeing this increase as we go throughout the morning. There is a winter weather advisory until noon today. We're going to show you how much we can expect out of this coming up.
Our news this hour, a lot of cleanup is needed this morning in southern Kentucky, where a huge fire has destroyed a popular restaurant.
This happened last night at the Lee's Famous Recipe in London. That's right on US 25 near Dyke Memorial Park. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain's at our live desk with details.
We got several eyewitness videos and pictures from our viewers. As you can see, it was quite the scene in downtown London last night. Firefighters got the call around 9:30 that smoke was coming from the roof of the Lee's Famous Recipe near Main Street. Around 9 hours later, and that fire is still causing issues this morning. Here's a live look at the fast food restaurant. Flames continue to pop up. Fire crews say they had to come back out to the restaurant about an hour ago after a hotspot was reignited. Firefighters say when they initially arrived on the scene last night, they went inside to attack the fire. That's when they saw signs the roof may collapse, and they pulled out of the building. Firefighters say sometime later the entire roof did collapse, and that roof, firefighters say, is trapping so much heat inside of what remains of the building, and that's causing these flare-ups to continue into the morning. The building is destroyed, and firefighters will stay on the scene to watch for any more hotspots. They don't know the cause of the fire, but they do believe it started in the attic of the restaurant. Now, firefighters tell us investigators will be back on the scene once the sun comes up. The good news is that the restaurant was closed at the time of the fire and no injuries have been reported. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Well, Lexington police say cold weather may have played a role in a young man's death.
And that's concerning, particularly considering the dangerously cold temperatures heading into this weekend. WKYT's Mark Barber is tracking this death investigation for us. He joins us live from that scene in Lexington.
Good morning, Bill. Police say they rushed the 22-year-old to UK Hospital after they found him unconscious behind this Taco Bell on Nicholasville Road. Even though that hospital is less than 2 miles away, it was too late to save him. Now this morning, investigators are trying to figure out how he died. They tell us that they do not suspect any foul play in his death. However, they say when they found him, it was extremely cold, so they think those frigid temperatures may be connected to his death. Just last month, we saw how dangerous this winter weather can be when a man died of hypothermia behind a business on South Broadway. The extreme cold will continue to be a concern as temperatures are expected to stay below freezing for a good part of the next few days. This morning, while police continue working to figure out if the cold killed the 22-year-old, we are working to find answers to several other questions, including who he was and why he was here. As always, as soon as we learn any new information, we will bring you the updates right here on WKYT and on our website, WKYT.com. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Investigators say that 4 horses had to be rescued from an Estill County farm after being found there severely malnourished. State police charged Gregory McAfee with 5 counts of animal cruelty. In December, a county employee reported seeing what appeared to be a dead horse on McAfee's farm. Investigators say the horse was not dead, but that it was severely malnourished and did have to be put down.
And when I walked up, I thought it was dead. And to see it laying there and just grunting, when I seen it breathe and it pawed, I said, enough's enough.
The judge executive there, Taylor, says McAfee's 4 remaining horses were rescued after being found in poor health. He says charges against McAfee will likely be upgraded.
New on WKYT this morning, Lexington police nearly caught up with a gunman after an early morning robbery. The Speedway on Versailles Road at Alexandria was robbed just after 3 o'clock this morning. Police say an officer in the area saw the suspect run out of the store with a gun. The officer chased him towards Devonport Drive before losing him.
Well, time is certainly ticking on the Centrepointe project. Now we've learned the city could foreclose on the property if the underground parking garage is not finished nor the block filled in by March 30th. Both those things might seem like a real long shot. The city's attorney says Lexington also has the right to seek more than $4 million in reimbursement. A spokesperson for Mayor Jim Gray says he will discuss all options with the Urban County Council. And thanks to a drone, we're getting a different look at that massive hole in the middle of downtown. The Centrepointe project has been in the works for nearly 8 long years. You can't see much from the street level, but as you can see from this view, not a lot of progress has been made. We have an interactive timeline of the project and those drone views on WKYT.com. 6:36 now on WKYT this morning. Happening today, Kroger is going to make a major announcement about the availability of a heroin overdose antidote. The Cincinnati-based company could follow in the footsteps of CVS, which announced earlier this year that it will make naloxone available without a prescription. Naloxone is routinely carried by paramedics who regularly use it to revive overdose victims. Kroger has almost 2,800 supermarkets and multi-department stores in 35 states.
A fallen Kentucky State Police trooper received a special honor in his hometown. Trooper Eric Chrisman was killed in a crash in western Kentucky last year. He graduated from the Christian Academy of Lawrenceburg in 2009. His parents started a scholarship fund in his name to give back to students at his high school. Last night, that scholarship got a $2,500 donation from a California-based company, Telmate, as part of its Fallen Heroes program.
University of Kentucky President Dr. Eli Capilouto is asking Kentucky lawmakers not to cut money from higher education. Governor Matt Bevin is proposing cutting 4.5% in state funding immediately, followed by a 9% cut over the next 2 fiscal years. Capilouto said the cuts would have a chilling effect on UK's momentum and would threaten progress in research and student success. He also said Kentucky is one of only 4 southern states decreasing investments in higher education.
A federal judge denied a request to place Karen Cipher in a halfway house. In 2011, Cipher was sentenced to 7 years and 3 months in federal prison for trying to extort money from U of L basketball coach Rick Pitino. Cipher says a halfway house would allow her to improve her job skills and vocational opportunities. As it stands now, Cipher is scheduled to get out of prison in July of next year. Pope Francis is about to take off for a 5-day visit to Mexico. Millions of people are expected to be in attendance when the Holy Father celebrates Mass on the country's southern and northern borders. Pope Francis may address drugs, cartel violence, and immigration during his homilies. A Richmond priest, fresh off a trip from a visit, visiting Pope Francis, has returned to the Bluegrass.
And we caught up with him. Father Jim Sitchko was among 100 priests from the United States selected to be missionaries of mercy for this Jubilee year. The priests were invited to stay with the Pope in the Vatican City. And we talked with Father Jim about the trip just as he was arriving at Bluegrass Airport last night. He said it was surreal living alongside the Church's Holy Father.
Well, one of the things he is sharing with us, especially those of us called to be missionaries of mercy, is to extend the mercy of Christ to all people and to recognize that, we're not called to judge individuals, but we're called to show Christ's love and healing and mercy and care to those.
Before returning, Father Jim said the Pope was kind enough to take a selfie with him, and there it is this morning. Well, the Kentucky Wildcats go into South Carolina this weekend with both teams in first place in the SEC. The Cats have been on a roll lately. It remains to be seen if they can keep rolling on the road. South Carolina is 21-3 overall, and they have not lost at home this season. The Cats travel to South Carolina for that Saturday game. The tip-off set for high noon. It will be on ESPN. And you'll find plenty of fun this weekend at the annual Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show.
Always a good time time. It gets you in the mood for spring. It continues through Sunday at Rupp Arena in Heritage Hall. Once again this year, you can zip line across Rupp if you so dare. And vendors are on hand showing off boats, RVs, and other outdoor equipment. The show continues from 2 until 9 today, from 9 until 9 on tomorrow, and from 10 until 5 Sunday. We have more information at WKYT.com. Maybe a good little way to occupy yourselves on Valentine's Day.
Well, it's lots of fun and certainly going on throughout the weekend. So, yeah, take some time and slip by there and think spring and summer.
Yes, I like those thoughts. Let's check to see how traffic is moving right now.
Our time is 6:40. Let's go out to Officer Don in 98.1 The Bull Studio. Check on live drive traffic. Don?
Hey, good morning. Got a stalled car on the exit ramp from the inner loop of New Circle to Harrodsburg Road. It's blocking part of the right lane. Expected to be cleared in the next few minutes. Now, Nicholasville Road this morning in pretty good shape coming in past Brannon Crossing toward Man o' War. Let's get a look outside and we'll show you what's happening with a live look at real-time traffic. So we can see as we zoom into Lexington, a little slowdown on Nicholasville Road just past Fayette Mall. We expect that for this time of the morning. Over on the north side, though, not seeing any real problems. As far as drive times go, should be okay. That stalled car not really impacting us there at the Circle and Harrodsburg Road so much. Coming in from Nicholasville, Jessamine County is about 12 minutes, from Paris 18, and from Richmond about 29. Now back to you in the studio.
Don, thank you. Quick reminder, you can get the latest traffic and weather information anytime with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download that for free in the app or Google Play stores. Hey, it's great to have you with us Friday morning on WKYT this morning. A lot more news on the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
We have that winter weather advisory down toward the south. Southern zones, all eyes are on you guys, but that does not mean we won't pick up any accumulation elsewhere. I'm going to go over that in further detail and also look at that weekend system coming up in just a few minutes. We have the snow out and about in far south and southwestern areas, and that's right across the Cumberland Parkway. Some of these sky cams showing pretty good clips of snow there on the internet that we're picking up down toward the far southwest and going into Adair County, Russell County, those areas, now Taylor County. And you can see Casey working its way off into Pulaski County, Somerset now getting those pretty good clips of snow showers. Heads up Rockcastle County, heads up Lincoln County, Waynesburg, Crab Orchard, Stanford. Those are areas that's going to be picking up that snow here within the hour. Already seeing a few flakes, but I'm talking about accumulating snow. It's starting to accumulate down south and west, and we just got to watch that. It's moving eastbound, so the next 2 hours are going to be the crucial hours there. And trying to travel early this morning. Here's the snowfall trends. We're at least expecting 1/4 of an inch for most locations, and that even includes central and northern zones where we're not expecting that much. But if you're looking down south, south is where our focus is located, because that's where we could pick up right around an inch of snow, most likely. But then you get off into the mountainous regions in southeastern Kentucky, and you're talking about, at most, right around 2 inches. This is not a big snow system, and none of these have been this week, but they're just enough to cause some problems on the roads, and that's what we're going to be seeing. This is how it kind of works. This morning we'll get some snow, afternoon we'll get a break, and tonight and into early tomorrow morning we get more snow moving on in. So it's kind of sandwiched in between is a break later on this afternoon, but it's still 29 degrees. Then we go off into the night, cold air rushes on in after that snow works its way on out. This is your wind chill value tomorrow morning. If you're not looking at the screen, check the screen out real quick. It's -5 in Danville tomorrow morning, -6 in Lexington. That goes from Frankfort. Work your way down into Harlan. We're talking about -8 degrees. This below zero, guys. That's your wind chill, not your temperature, but still, you're talking about extremely cold conditions, and that's why we're going to hang on to that first alert severe weather day. Even into the afternoon, the way it feels, it'll be in the teens, but the way it feels with that wind, you're talking about single digits. It's just going to be a cold go at it the next few days. But then we get off towards Sunday, right? Still very chilly, and some moisture works on in. With the cold air, moisture works on in, boom, you get snow. But here's the deal. Here comes that low pressure system coming in late Sunday into Monday. Monday will be where most of your issues come. Watch what happens. Leaning more towards snow with a bit of a mix as of right now. Still not confident in that. Low confidence within this forecast on Monday. Still days away. We have plenty of time to iron those details out. But yeah, a mix looks to be involved. That's because that low pressure system gets a little bit closer. So it's going back and forth on going north or south. Something to watch out for, but leaning more towards snow with a bit of a mix on Monday and then all snow there on Tuesday. Let's check out your 7-day forecast. And that's really what all eyes are on. Yeah, we get the snow showers today. They're very light. Kind of a break tomorrow, but still bitterly cold. And then Sunday, that snow moves on in with that wintry mix and snow on Monday into Tuesday. But after that, guys, I've promised you this the past couple of days, looking long term. Thursday off into your weekend, it gets much better. Finally above freezing, and we will need that after Monday and Tuesday.
It looks like it.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
It'll thaw eventually. All right. Thank you, Mike.
We need it.
6:48 is our time this morning.
Well, Valentine's Day isn't just about chocolate and roses.
It turns out the real estate blog eStately looked at some of the more popular and unique gifts Googled in each state. Californians searched for couples' pajamas. Out in Hawaii, it's tandem kayaks. And by the way, yes, we did look up Kentucky, and you can see it there on the map. Couples tattoos.
Oh, look right below in Tennessee.
Yeah, I
well,
see
we won't
that.
say that on the air, but that's interesting.
Just down I-75.
Woo.
Okay. All right. So there you go. 6:48 now. On WKYT this morning, and we have more. Our top stories on the way, and we'll see what's trending on the web.
Very enlightening, right? More news. Stay with us.
Coming up, we report from Milwaukee on last night's heated Democratic debate and from South Carolina ahead of the next GOP showdown. Plus Donald Trump versus the Pope, the candidate's harsh words about the Pontiff's Mexico trip. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Still to come, is love or money the theme for Valentine's Day?
A look at how expensive this holiday has become and why gifts take center stage. That and all the latest news coming up, including your eye-opener just a few minutes away on CBS This Morning at 7. Time right now is 6:52. In our local news, hours after a fire destroyed a southern Kentucky restaurant, crews are still battling hot spots this morning.
Lee's famous recipe in London is a total loss. The huge fire caused the restaurant's roof to collapse. Firefighters were inside Lee's shortly before part of it caved in. No one was hurt. It is not clear how the fire started.
We have new information just into our newsroom about a crash in southern Kentucky. Dispatchers in Lincoln County say it involved one of their sheriff's deputies. The crash happened about 1:30 this morning in Lincoln County on 1778 south of Stanford. By the time our crew got there, the scene had been cleared, but state police say the deputy was taken to a hospital as a precaution. A young man was found dead behind a Lexington restaurant, and police say it is possible that the cold weather was a factor. The 22-year-old man was found last night behind a dumpster at the Taco Bell along Nicholasville Road. Police say it does not look like foul play was involved, but they are not sure exactly how he died yet. The race for the White House, specifically over on the Democratic side, tops national news headlines this morning.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are turning their attention now back to Nevada, South Carolina, one day after their sixth Democratic debate. The two candidates were polite but pointed as they sparred over foreign policy and the economy last night in Milwaukee. The debate hit on issues of race and immigration reform as well. Sanders and Clinton continue to court the minority vote. Police in Columbus, Ohio shot and killed a man who stormed into a restaurant and attacked customers with a machete. 4 people were hurt in last night's attack at the Nazareth restaurant in Delhi, a Mediterranean restaurant. Police say the man was in the restaurant a half hour before the attack and had a conversation with an employee, left and returned. Police say 2 of the victims transported were in stable condition. One was critical. The other drove himself to the hospital. Well, it's a rare sight to see a donkey gallop, much less jump. In Egypt, one man turned his donkey into a show horse. The 14-year-old farmer lives in Cairo. He discovered his donkey's talent when she jumped over an irrigation canal one day. That's when he decided to train her. The two are now a local attraction. I'll say.
Be interesting how you could describe that, but anyway. Oh, well, 6:54 now on WKYT.com. We are watching weather very closely. Another first alert severe weather day. Micah expecting some snow showers to be rolling throughout the day. It's going to be a cold weekend, and then we're keeping a very close eye on a system that will be heading in late in the weekend into Monday. Now, stay with us as we keep track of all of that. It has been a tough week for lots of school districts, and we have dozens of closings and delays again this morning. You can check those out on our website anytime. Of course, we have them at the bottom of your screen. screen as well. Also trending, that fire that destroyed the Lee's famous recipe in London. We're updating the information, adding new video as we get it from there. Some of this is amateur eyewitness video that was sent in to us. We do appreciate that help in getting that story covered there in Laurel County. Our web poll this morning is asking, do you think the Centrepointe project in downtown Lexington will ever be built? Most of those responding don't think so. 88% say no. Only around 12% say yes, they believe there will someday be a Centrepointe in Lexington. On Kentucky.com, pushback from higher education. UK President Dr. Eli Capilouto says budget cuts proposed by Governor Matt Bevin would negatively impact every area of the state's flagship university. And the WKYT Sport, Boat, and Recreation Show is underway now at Rupp Arena and Heritage Hall, opening up later today. All kinds of things to see and do for the whole family. Had a good crowd there yesterday. You can go and Think Spring, zip line across as you see there. It's going on all weekend long. And more info on our website. CBS This Morning is coming up shortly with your Eye Opener, and we'll have local updates. Join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and for the latest anytime, WKYT.com.
And we're looking across the way. I do want to get you updated. There's one spot, Russell Cave and 460. That's an area in between Paris, and then work your way back toward Georgetown. So keep that in mind. It's showing a bit of a delay. You can see going throughout your day, you guys. It's going to be a tough go at it. We have the snow working its way into the southern areas, and it's now starting to accumulate down toward the far southwest zones. We'll see that increase as we go throughout the morning hours. A break during the afternoon, and then more snow this evening off into the night.
One of those deals, if it comes, it lays there for a while.
Yes,
right?
it does.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because of the cold. Nobody is more up to date than you. Thank you so much. Kentucky Morning Star with WKYT.
Have a great day.